effort. Again, I sound like a broken record here. In the last 5 games, I thought we played very similar. I thought tonight was a microcosm of those last 5 games, and you know, a little ugly at times on offense, but there was one stretch where we got these consecutive stops. I thought that was the difference in the game. And I'm really happy that these guys could get 19. 19 was a long time coming. Got a senior night coming up Tuesday with some guys that put this coaching staff on their shoulders. And I hope we get a great crowd. And for their sake, I hope they get to get that magical 20 win, because I think that they've been talking about that in the past. And, you know, a little tough luck in a couple of those games. But they finished it strong. I think our bench really helped. I think Larry, Nance, and Arthur, and even Darius at times gave us a little reservoir of energy when we needed that in foul trouble and fatigue.
Also, you mentioned the last 5 games kind of been a microcosm, but Leonard was out on the floor for 34 minutes, didn't even pick up a foul. I know Adam was in foul trouble, but how big was that to have Leonard out there and contributing like he has in the past, and how big is that to this team?
It was really big, and you know, we went back and really all 5 games, one of the 2 horses has been in foul trouble. 3 with Adam and 2 with Adam and 3 with Leonard, and thank goodness Larry Nance has sort of become a sophomore overnight. And I said this last time, you know, it really doesn't matter what the coaching staff thinks at this point. It's far more important what our players think. I think our players feel like Larry is a contributor at all times, and so he seemingly is more on the floor than he is on the bench, and it's a good feeling. Arthur's had a back-to-back really good games too, and Darius, although I've been a little reluctant to point him at times, Darius has given some extra feet to JD, not just because of foul trouble, but a little bit of fatigue with JD.
Reluctant just because the heat of the moment, just because he hadn't been playing that much with Darius. Is that why you've been reluctant a little bit?
You know, we were in so many tight games.
Yeah.
You know, I guess the old coach gets a little conservative, and I feel very comfortable. I've learned to feel comfortable with JD running our team. There was a 5-week absence, and so. You know, sometimes that's not fair to Darius, but it's a feeling I have, and I got to go with my gut. But I'm happy Darius is with us, and I really think he helped us tonight. And I got a sneaking suspicion down the road, as many games as we have left to play, he's going to be an integral part.
Leonard said that this team was desperate for a win. They never seen the guy down on themselves, but could you tell that they were just really hungry to get back on the winning side?
Well, I'm a little surprised that Leonard would say that. Only because they don't act desperate around me. They seem almost surprisingly consistent when we lose in the last moments, when we win a big game. Very unemotional team, but a very passionate team. So, you know, when the coach isn't around, they probably do speak more about that. But yeah, I don't know if desperate was the word. We really needed 19 bad. And if you'd asked me that, I would have said that in San Diego too. We just didn't get it.
For you, only 5 turnovers tonight, and I think 1 in the first half. Obviously, that's always good. But how important was that tonight? Didn't give them a lot of extra chances.
We had 17 turnovers against Boise on the road, and I think our guys were prepared mentally and physically for their full court and their half court traps. We got through them pretty good. Actually, Nance popped in a short jump shot in the first half, and then Arthur made a great pass to Adam the second time we got trapped. And I think at that point, I think they just wanted to call it off, which was a good thing. But we possessed the ball pretty well all year. I think when I said tonight was a microcosm of these other 4 or 5 games, the results was different. It's just that we are so ugly so many times on offense in games that we've almost all grown accustomed to that. And the only way to overcome it is to reach the goals. Tonight's the first time in a long time. 55 or less, under 40 in twos, under 34 for threes, and let's get as many consecutive stops, 3 stops in a row, as we can get. This is the first time since really December we've been able to get that, because the Mountain West is pretty good.
Your thoughts on your senior night coming up on Tuesday and TCU? I know, big in a lot of regards in both respects.
Well, it's big. It's probably bigger for them than me, but I'm a softie at heart, so it'll be, you know, I'll be pretty emotional too.
Thanks,
Good.